And we're back. This is All the Marios. Doc Phoenix, my usual co-commentator, CompuNick.
Hi.
And,
I'm regular.
And today we're entering the part of Mario's career where he just starts trying goddamn everything, and now he's become a Formula One racer.
Again, I mentioned to you when I saw this on the list, I don't think you can just become a Formula One racer.
Well, he was just a boxing referee. He clearly has the ability to find these jobs and obtain them.
I thought it was more of a celebrity thing for the boxing, but...
Well, maybe it's a celebrity thing for this. Who knows?
Again, you're driving cars really, really fast.
Now, I'm starting into this. I'm not actually coming into this blind because this game has a campaign that requires grinding.
Oh.
As, let me just load up. So when you start out, you have 50 money units. The money units are in tens of thousands of dollars. And you have no cars at the start, and you need to buy a car.
Hundreds of thousands of yen?
Something? It actually says dollars on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those kanji kana there mean $10,000. But, yeah, you start out with just 50 money units and no cars, and you have to buy a car. Now, the shop here is not the shop that you get at the very start of the game, because every time you clear a stage, it advances the set of cars that you will have available to buy.
Huh.
So, at the start, there's a row of 30 cost cars, and then a row of 50 cost, and a row of 100 cost, and etc. And so you start with the cheap crap car, and then you work your way up to having good cars that can actually win the later races. Which I did, so that we wouldn't have to sit through and watch me grind to get money for cars. So I've got a selection of nice cars. They're not the absolute best cars. I mean, the one of them is, but...
But it doesn't have turbo.
Well, I don't need turbo, because it goes at the speed of turbo all the time.
Oh. But it only has 35 body.
Yeah, that just means I need to not crash.
Good luck!
So let's start with level 1. And, see our little... There's Mario. There's our driver.
Yeah, that's definitely Mario.
It's more visible later.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna take my super great car. Now, control for this game is weird. And when I first started it, I was confused and wondering how the heck you're supposed to actually win any races, because you would think in a racing game, A for accelerate, B for brake, right? That's just standard, right?
I guess so, yeah.
In this game, A and B are both acceleration at different gears. A for low gear, B for high gear. I did not know that. I was trying to drive the entire race in low gear and could not get better than 10th place. So, I'm having some issues just because I did all of my practice and grinding on a keyboard, and now I'm using a controller, which is probably not the best idea. But, yeah, okay. I'm gonna need to make a pit stop so I don't explode. No, I've exploded. Well, that was fast. Let's just try again with a slightly less out-of-control car.
Yeah, well, that car's gone now.
It'll be back after the race set is over.
Okay.
Why
are
they
all
repair
of the opponent cars flashing?
Because this game has weird frame rate issues with the way that it draws. That's just normal.
Okay.
Also, the computer drivers are jerks because they follow a set path regardless of anything you're doing, and they will just ram into you if you are in the path that they are trying to take.
Huh.
And naturally, you get knocked around when you crash into an enemy car, but they don't. There's an oil stain, because sometimes there's a set of cars that are like just meaningless drone cars that exist purely to get in the way, that aren't serious competitors. Those you can actually destroy if you hit twice. They're those ones, those blue-colored ones that I'm passing by here. There's a bunch of them. Let's stop in the pit and get fixed up by my crew of Lesser Marios.
Lesser Marios. Not Luigi, Lesser Mario.
There's a bunch of them. You saw?
Maybe they're all just contracted to work in
like
Mario
that's
clothes.
they're contracts. That's their uniform. This car has turbo. Okay, I'm getting a feel for the turning with the controller a bit. I'm not going to be getting, like, first place in most of these. I'm just going to be getting good enough to clear. Which is, like, you need to beat 7th place? Or else you wind up getting eliminated.
So you're in 3rd place and have 1 lap remaining?
Yes.
That's what those numbers
That
mean?
That is,
the
in
bottom
fact,
left?
what those numbers mean.
Okay. Second. You're in 3rd place.
And here you get a clear view of Mario and his team of Lesser Marios. You can see that is clearly Mario. The color of everyone's clothes changes to match the color of the car that you're currently driving. So...
That doesn't clearly look like Mario to me, but...
It does to me. I mean, you can see he's got his big nose and mustache. He's got the hat. He's wearing a racing uniform. But it looks distinctly Mario to me. And we know this is Mario from the box cover art.
Oh, I see.
As well.
We'll have to put that in later.
So the first track was a pretty basic thing. It had some basic turns. This guy, this freaking first place asshole, he is always the front runner, and he has this fucking invincibility flashing colored car.
Yeah, he has star power, apparently.
Yeah, like, I'm thinking that Mario is the only one here who plays legit, because everyone else never has to do a pit stop, and never, like, except for those drone cars, they don't get damaged. So clearly everyone else is driving these invulnerable fusion-powered tanks that never need to refuel and cannot be damaged. While Mario is driving an actual F1 race car.
Or maybe he's the only one not driving an F1 race car because they just thought they would humor him.
Yeah, maybe he's actually driving a go-kart.
Would explain a bit.
Not a whole lot to say about this, unfortunately.
Yeah, races are not exactly... Racing games are not exactly exciting. Oh, you got some one-ups.
One mechanical thing that caused a lot of trouble for me before I got a hang of how to control at all is your tires.
Yeah.
As your tires get lower, it actually becomes harder to control. Like, it's not just a binary, you have tire or you don't. It's actually, becomes increasingly harder to control as the gauge goes down. And, of course, different cars start with different levels of tires, so some just have better traction starting out. Race 3, you start getting weird curves. It's kind of making some slightly sharper turns and turning like back and forth in a short span. A big thing that affects tires is driving off-road. Just any amount of time spent off the road really just shreds your tires completely. Because these tires are complete trash.
Well, they're optimized for road.
I mean, even if you stick on the road, like 2 laps through, you need to get new tires, which is a little ridiculous.
I suppose emulates F1?
Like, I don't know anything about professional racing, really, so maybe that is normal, but it feels ridiculous to me that you've got your tires lose grip that quickly, even driving on just actual road and not skidding that much.
Well, you are going over 300 kilometers an hour. Almost 400 at turbo.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yes, this race was sponsored by Nintendo, apparently. And that section in this race where you just need to go back and forth like 3 times on the right edge of it, I tend to slow down to actually use the low gear speed to do that. Normally you just stay in high gear the whole time. You can just let go of accelerator entirely for the hairpin turns like that. Turbo into pit.
Pretty sure that's a disqualification.
Yeah. But it's okay, it automatically stops you at the appropriate point.
More evidence to support my theory that they're just humoring Mario.
Also, when you get to the later races, even like the best cars that you can buy have some trouble keeping up. So, yeah, he probably is not actually getting actual race cars. He's getting trashy little go-karts. Everyone else has actual cars that function for an entire race. He needs to be replacing things constantly. But he's still beating them. At least in the earlier races.
So you won $50,000.
Yep.
Look.
It lets you look at the records you've done, and you could save because it's a Famicom disc, so you could save that. Shop sends you back to the shop.
So is it just buying cars and you can't, like, upgrade them in any way?
Nope. Just buying new cars.
Huh.
And you can only have 3 cars at a time, so you have to sell the older ones.
Wait.
I don't want to wait. Alright, let's try the fast car again.
Now that you know how to steer.
Now, you may notice that without any turbo, this is going at the speed that the other one was at turbo.
384, yeah.
Yeah. And get
No, Mario, you're really going really fast.
It's okay. Mario's a great driver. Just like he's a great golfer.
So is the plan to go through a full Grand Prix?
I'm gonna show off all of the courses at least once.
Okay.
The courses are a bit like layered in that the first level, like there's 4 levels of race sets. The first one has courses 1 through 4. The second one has 3 through 6, and the third has 5 through. Whoops. Fuck. Oh well.
That's one way to get into the pit.
And the last one is 7 through 10. So I'm gonna do this second level, but then I'm gonna skip the third one because it's gonna be repeat courses partially.
Okay.
Because like we're gonna get repeat courses for the first 2 of this race, because again this is the third course as I'm starting level 2. So we're gonna see 3 and 4 again, but then we'll see 5 and 6, and then from there I'm just gonna skip number 3 to get to starting with course 7 in level 4. See, they'll just hit you as you're just trying to go anywhere or be anywhere. And they'll just plow straight through and be perfectly fine. Like, they will have a very brief moment of stop when they hit you, but that's it. You'll spin out and friggin' lose a lot of speed and actually lose body stat that they don't have. Also, those oil slicks that are left behind when you destroy one of the drone cars,
Yeah.
they'll just drive straight over them.
No effect to them
The
at all.
enemies, nope. You're the only one who's affected by oil slicks. Speaking of oil slicks, there's a penalty. You actually get penalized for destroying cars.
That wasn't much of a penalty.
Nope. And the penalty only starts when you get to the level 2 races. In level 1, there's no penalty. In level 2, there's a minor penalty, and it increases each level. As you are theoretically supposed to be better at this.
Yeah, we've seen this track before.
Yep. I wish I could destroy that first place guy, Mr. Flashy. The number of times that I have hit him in races is just absurd. Because trying to pass the other cars in this game when they're going like the same speed as you is such a pain. Because, like, they don't actually need to slow down for turns or things. They have a set path with a set speed that they go on. And it's just whatever the devs decided was the speed that they can go on this portion of the track. That's how fast they go.
At least you don't get to complain about rubber-banded AI.
Yeah, there is that. There is, in fact, no rubber banding. If you pull out way ahead, you will stay way ahead.
In fact, there's no AI at all. Don't wreck this car.
Yeah, the only other car that I have is my, wet weather car, which, doesn't do well on dry roads. Because that's also a thing in this. Well.
Kaboom.
Yeah, I think I might skip ahead to number 3, just so we stop seeing these two tracks.
Yeah.
Alright, try this car again.
Don't blow it up.
I will attempt to not blow it up. This track I'm pretty good with. In general. Just, it's got a lot of turns that the AI cars go really slow on that I'm pretty good with. So. Of course, it has that tunnel. A weird thing about the tunnel, you cannot turn while you're in the tunnel. It just kind of stops accepting inputs while you're under there. I don't know what the issue was that they had to do that for, but that's how the tunnel works. There's another possible explanation. Maybe this is like RC cars, and going under the tunnel breaks your connection, so you can't control it.
So Mario's not actually in the car, he's just RC controlling the car.
Or he is in the car, but he's not the one actually driving. And he only thinks that he is.
I'll explain the need to keep repairing these cars. I mean, this is the 80s, I assume.
Yep, this is 89.
Yeah, so you gotta make sure
Or
those walkie-talkies are still working. That are remote control. Don't break your supercar just yet.
Jeez, I'm not gonna place in this race, am I? This car is really just not controllable on the controller. I would need the keyboard to do well with this car, I think.
I have a keyboard.
Yeah, but I'd have to set it up, because the emulator is not configured to do keyboard right now.
But basically, we're all in agreement that Mario is not an F1 racer.
Oh, definitely not. Not for real. It is definitely some manner of elaborate joke or indulgence.
Mm-hmm. Does the outside world even believe that he went into the Mushroom Kingdom?
Oh, definitely not.
Are we in the outside world?
Yes, that I'm pretty damn sure of. Because, I mean, we were in Brooklyn for Punch-Out.
Right.
Okay, this isn't working too well. Let's back out a bit. Because there is also just a time trial mode.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to, like... let me just reset. I think I need to reset to access that. You don't get to, like, use the cars that you bought.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought that, oh, well, I should get cars, but if I'm having this much trouble just controlling, then, oh, and we can even have it down to 1 lap. Oh, can you... Okay, you apparently can't go to the last set of tracks with time trial mode, I guess. Wait, what?
What?
The hell? Is this... Okay. This is an entirely different set of tracks. That's not the Grand Prix tracks, then. It's a parking lot. What? What the heck? I did not see this at all.
So this is just Mario driving around in a parking lot.
This is just practice driving. Whee! Okay then. Practice driving with a crowd of adoring fans.
I'm sure they're all fake too.
Okay.
It's just somebody set up a speaker to go and Mario believes it.
Well, I'm going to go straight to the final set.
Final set.
Yeah, the level 4. So we're not going to be seeing stage number 6, but whatever. This is like this is track 7. I think this is an actual racetrack. Like, I think this is the Indianapolis racetrack.
Triangle.
Yep. I recognize it from a different racing game on the NES that I own. So, I think it is like a real track.
So how much turbo do you have?
Turbo is unlimited.
Okay. But you have gas.
Yes. You never really need to worry about gas, though. Because your tires are going to burn out much quicker. So you're going to need to do a pit stop way before you run out of gas. Unless you just learn how to drive on bald tires. Yeah, one thing that I want you to look at here along this stretch, see how that purple car is now going faster than I can with turbo?
Yeah.
That is faster than the fastest speed that you can possibly attain with any car. So there are points where the computer cars will just fucking be unbeatable. Also, the way that they can go at angles that you can't, because you're stuck with, the... How many ticks do you get? Yeah, controller, I cannot do this. This is going poorly.
I see. Mario is sad, and then the crew of people he dressed up to look like Mario are like, okay, so what do we do? Does he want to keep doing this? How do we get because you can't just be an F1 driver. I don't know where he got all this money. He got hundreds upon hundreds of gold coins.
Well, I think we've seen enough of this, at least, to show that Mario is not, in fact, an F1 racer.
Mario is not an F1 racer.
As much as he wants to pretend that he is. So, we're going to move on to the next Mario game.
Okay.
We'll be right back.